What's going down, boys and girls? And luckily for me, I got the hot news slipped to me in a very good stream. So this is what's going to be going down. We're going to be installing the 6.70, a clean new OS past what they already patched in with the 6.50, with the new UI and all the fun stuff that we got directly connected into that. Now we have more of a situation with the 6.51, which sent the inner layer of what we already knew, the inner fabric of what 6.50 had, which was the game changing of the gamer tag. But now there was a lot of stability issues that they were even worried about, and introducing past that, now we also see some really cool patch note points, because let's go ahead and start getting into a little bit of what we were going to be seeing for as far as the wrong overlay. There, that's the right overlay. So we have the news right over here pulled up directly. I had all my chart directly pulled up for OBS, and my task management. You just saw my Threadripper hard at work doing the 4K that I offshoot to it. But this is one of the pages that I wanted to have it idle anyways, just because I have this already directly linked inside of there. So this is from the PS4 bot from like the Sony. You can see the PS4 Reddit on the very top. So you can always go to these ones and they're trusted, and you can go to where it's like downloads, and you go right here, and more than likely you're going to be able to download it directly, and you can go to the actual install instructions and it takes you directly to the 7.0, and you can go through the whole situation again. You can download directly. Now personally myself, I would go and download directly off this site rather than Reddit, just to make sure you get the affiliator point. But you can see down below it's the same exact link. I'm going to delete both, but I don't really need to those. So if you've had issues with doing a situation where it's just a regular one, if you've had issues where it won't boot up, you might do a recovery. And those are two different formats of what you're going to have to do, because I've had issues with people in the past where they just haven't been able to get the situation of what's happening in the rollout of like how fun you can actually get the snap arounds of being able to get these things showcased. So definitely see that you can get more of a answer to that. Now where we're going to go ahead and jump to past that is the patch notes. We're going to go to the install. So let me go ahead and go right back to the PlayStation. It lets me bad NVIDIA. Let me get to my screen. There we go. So I already have it downloaded. It was roughly about half a gig. It wasn't that bad. By the time I even finished the situational point of awareness, it was already downloaded, so it wasn't that bad at all. I was kind of bummed out that I had it set up accidentally. I have it, and then it went to public, but it should be fine. Once it SEOs, it should be by itself. If anything, it just kind of gridlocked it by itself. But you can see that the main features, as it said directly on Reddit, as the PS4 bot was very well confirmed and right, that we have just in performance and improvements. It doesn't really give us much, and you know, quite frankly, as a beta tester for Sony, sometimes moments like this, it kind of frustrates me, because it's like, why the secrecy? Why not just tell us exactly, okay, we perform GPU improvements, or we perform that? I mean, like, are they scared that people are going to dig out, like, exactly what they've done and then replicate it? I mean, it's just AMD tech, really, if you think about that. But past the point of redundancy, the point that I'm trying to get at is just, I think that they would get a little bit better if they added a little bit more to the list of what those performance improvements, for myself at least. Until then, I'll have to rely on the community outsource and like having that. So let's go ahead and get it installed, and I'll show you a community member that already posted directly onto Reddit. That wasn't too much, sadly to say. So let's see if it blows my PlayStation up. Yay! But as we're doing hopefully it doesn't blow my PlayStation up, I'm going to go back to the Reddit point, and I can bring up an error story, as you can see, and it says, "Hello guys, yesterday I bought my PlayStation 4, but today after 7.0, I'm not sure I can open the PlayStation Store. And when I try to open it, it just keeps saying, wait, stay." It's like 2 hours long, and that happened to me actually, and I didn't even have the 6.70 installed. I had 6.51 And I was very interested that I didn't get it. Some people said that they've got it filtered in right around 2 days prior, and that was from a really good source. So I definitely would um, trust that situational point of having that like be a reliable source. So, and then that person also got it the same thing I got it, where there was. I got it today. It was within 3 hours it downloaded, but that's from when I clicked on my PlayStation. So it could have been an install throughout the later on portion of it. No. Okay, I was getting scared that the PlayStation didn't turn back on for a split second. I was like, oh no, Sonia, what happened to you? Don't tap back in, girl. Tap back in. Cool, it's rebuilding my database. Okay, that's performance. It's rebuilding it for performance right now. It's so freaking performance boosted. It's amazing. All right. Shazam! Congratulations. My system didn't blow up today, and we have a stable firmware for it. Now, hopefully, this will add stability to maybe basic games like Days Gone, another thing where game developers were struggling with the 6.5 in order to hit it, just like a Windows patch where it'll come in where it doesn't happen to it. So that wasn't a situation. And at the same time, too, like a lot of issues that people were starting to have, which I mean, you can get down to the point where you're like, no, I want to pull out my hair. No, you don't do that. Don't do that. It's when you change your name or your tag, sometimes it does roll the die a very low percentage where it can actually affect it. Now, a community member, again, definitely reached out to me and said, hey, I changed my name or tag. Nothing happened to it. So I don't think that there's too much to be scared if you don't have like a huge archive of games that you're ready to lose that are just all digital. Like myself, I would never take that gamble. Not to mention I like the handle that I've gotten, so I don't really have any desire to actually change that. But as that point goes on, let's go ahead and go back to the web. We can dive into a little bit more Reddit. And you can kind of see that I already have the whole situation pulled up where we can get towards where the person gave off the, well, I have an issue. Now there was another firmware update. There was just someone who's just like, hey, they're sending out the beacon. And again, there's Sony. Now let's go to Sony's like Reddit. Hey Reddit bot, does it have its own Reddit? That'd be hilarious. I would like crack up. As you can see, there's so many right there. And now I can just hit this. This is so much easier. That way we can just sync directly into it. And I'll keep this one short. I don't want to keep it too long. I'll probably keep it around 10 minutes so it SEOs and shoots right over. And then close the bottom screen. That's just my thumbnails. Okay. What is new? I am definitely very excited about Death Stranding. I've been like watching that for probably the last like year and a half. That game seems freaking amazing. There's nothing about the update, which is really good. It seems like more about video games and just ads, and of course, the occasional like, I'm a COD player. Pay attention to me, I guess. I don't know. Let's see what the new situation is going on. Issues with online games. 3 minutes ago. Has anyone been having issues with the online games? I've been able to play the games like Overwatch and Rainbow Six for the last 2 days. The error code and time. Oh, dude, that actually might be. Actually, hold on real fast. Let me comment this person. See here. Figured I might spread the word. I know I have some situational points where I'm like, oh no, what happened? Okay, so past that point, let's go ahead and get out of here and see if there's anything past that. Dream Quest coming to PS4. PS4 won't load games. Recently bought Kingdom Hearts. That sounds like a very interesting ban. No reason. I'm sure there's a reason. Okay, so nothing really about the update too much. Let's do like one quick search and then I'll take any kind of like chat board points if anyone has any questions about the new update. Seems like it's just performance. Let's go at 6.70. Okay, cool. Let's see here. So there's CE errors that are popping into it. It bricks. Let's see what happens. People got it earlier. Anyone problem with the issues? I would do a manual install if I got those. That's definitely, I've had those issues before where I've been able to fix it directly. Definitely sucks sometimes when you come down to those points. So there's definitely an issue that definitely will come with the performance point. If you're having one of those issues, definitely go back to the Sony site that I referenced in the very beginning of the video. Go to the thumbnail recovery and try that one. That one might help you if you haven't already tried the initial just update through the thumbnail drive. And you always want to try the thumbnail drive. It's the most securest one if your system didn't already automatically download it. Let's go ahead and pop out of here. See system bricking. I was kind of curious about that one. And then we'll wrap it up and keep it right around like 15 minutes just to keep it kind of short and simple. All right. Well, I mean, I didn't get bricked. I mean, oh, I don't know. They'd have to thumbnail drive it, or at least like try to they might have to disconnect it and unplug the freaking like 3.5 volt battery and clear the RAM. That sucks though. So it seems like a lot of people are just having issues with just installing in that journal standpoint. So if you definitely have that issue in that standpoint, you know, take a second to go ahead, and I've seen this definitely happen before where people have, you can delete this and then, you know, hit the notification and it'll come up to it, or try to refresh. So it's like if I didn't have this situation, I could just like delete it if I wanted to, right? Theoretically, and go back into here and it should be able to pop in, but my software is already up to date, and just to make sure it is still up to date, let's hit a refresh and hit a restart, and then we'll end it right after that. But that's a nice one that where if you've had that issue where the software is just bugging the hell out, you can just delete it and then the notification will pop you back inside of there for as far as the install goes. Now, if not, I mean, it's just going to reinstall it again. It's not going to really be that big of a deal for me, just because I've already showcased that it installs quite well on my system at this point in time, and just be showcasing the download and how fast that I can have. And if you have issues with that, you know, a lot of times that I've noticed is like contacting Red Dead Redemption's like server. You may need an ulterior motive in order to contact their server, because they might be getting net neutrality because maybe Microsoft paid Comcast a Rooney in order to block them or some shit like that. You know, it's like these are the crazy things that we're starting to get into for as far as the net neutralities that we're hitting. So let's go ahead and go over to our system update, just make sure it's all hunky-dory. It hasn't already situation we hit there. And look, it's already up to date. And just to make sure, you can hit mine. Now it says 6.7. So this is your boy MacGyver7th saying thank you so much for staying tuned. Always like covering these for the community members that have joined just purely for this, as well as anyone else in the community members board that is always curious about what I'm up to. These are one of the very fun, I guess, artistic points that I like to get down to point of being able to beta test with Sony and just have fun with being team blue, I guess, in the situationable point. But if you have any questions, drop a comment down below. If you have any issues, drop a comment down below. I would definitely like to hear from the community of Sony players what they've encumbered. And if you've had an issue with downloading it, try maybe a different router, try a different, like, downloading it directly to a thumbnail drive, so then you bypass downloading it directly and installing it into the system. And those are the things you can basically do in order to help you speed up. And again, try the showcasing point where you delete the notification and reinstall it if it failed. That will try to help. I've seen that actually help out a lot of people sometimes, and that one's just simple before you have to go into like basic crap past that. But boys and girls, thank you so much for staying tuned. If you're new to the community and you're already this long into the video, you might as well smash the subscription button and stay tuned for the next 6.75 or 6.76 or whatever the hell they do. Maybe 6.71. It just depends, like, on timeline of what they're like running. But you can definitely hit that notification bell, crack it down like a Liberty Bell, and slam the like button if you dig it. If you're not, then you can always do the down thing, the grease thing, or the Roman thing, whatever you want to do thing. Just, the dislike thing. You can totally do that, and it's fine. Either way, it's fine. You spend this much time with the community point of what you've invested into the channel, and I appreciate that. Even if you disliked it. But I will see you guys and gals in the near future, and I will say, have a very nice one.